All right. We on? Oh, we're on.
Yeah, I was just adjusting something. All right, welcome back, everyone. Jay Boone here for Smash This Podcast. Coming at you on a Tuesday evening. Better late than never. Part of me was just going to skip this week. And then I watched the episode and I was like, no, you know what? Think I'm going to call my old buddy Trent because this dude was smack dab in the front row for these tapings, and I wanted to get him on for a few of these. And I was like, you know what? We're gonna call him up and we're gonna shake him down, get him on here. So, ladies and gentlemen, Trent from the Total Nonstop Impact Podcast. It's my best Rich Swan. How your intro goes?
Good one, J Bone. Thanks. What's up, everybody? Glad to be on with J Bone. J Bone, you've done so many of our shows. I feel it's it's only fair that I jump onto yours every now and then too. So I'm glad to be here. I love being on podcasts with you. You know, I think I have a blast. So glad to do it, man.
I greatly appreciate it, especially to get someone's, just someone's point of view who was there. Sometimes you catch a different vibe, you see things, you hear things differently, or, portray stuff different. We're getting some chatters. Andre's in here. Colby Cooper, what's up, man? Jesse Cole, get a too sweet.
Some got the gang's out tonight, huh? Look at that.
They're trickling in. They're trickling in on a Tuesday. It's rare. Usually I try to get this knocked out on a Friday or Saturday, but life happens, man. Life happens.
You're great about getting it up right soon as Impact ends. You're fantastic about that. Get everybody, strike while the iron's hot, man. You're pretty good about that stuff.
Yeah, I noticed that if you delay it like a half a week, sometimes depending on the crowd and the content, it just
yeah, that's what I fall into with Kyle. Kyle's a busy guy. I fall into that trap with him. I mean, ours is going to go up tomorrow. It's already going to be freaking Wednesday. Impact's on Friday. I run into this trouble with him. He's a busy guy. He's around the world out there. So
how's Kyle doing? Is he getting that booty?
Yeah, I think as far as I know, he's getting the booty. I went solo last week because he's got women hanging off him from here to Toledo, man. Somewhere in Ohio, and he's following the OV to Ohio, and there's a trail of women just following Kyle all the way.
He's got some coming in the door, and he's got others climbing out the window.
Listen, he's a stud. He owns Long Island, New York.
What a rock star that.
What a rock star. But
what a scumbag!
Well, he's a scumbag. Nah, God damn, let's call it for what it is. Let's call a spade, bro. The guy's a scumbag. Okay, Kyle, you were a scumbag.
We love you, Kyle. See, I was gonna call him, but I was like, I don't know. Trent's odds of getting a hold of him lately are kind of slim. I don't know.
I called him earlier. I think he sent me the voicemail. That son of a bitch. He sent me over the voicemail. It was the old 2 ring and then voicemail. So I'm like, that's when somebody hits send a voicemail. And I'm like, all right. And I was about to message you and say, hey, Jay, boy, you want to do an Impact review with me until you got to me first. So the Total Nonstop Impact might be another solo tonight. But I'm glad to be here. Let's focus on you. Let's focus on Smash This Podcast. Let's get over here, J-Bo.
Let's do this, man.
Yeah.
Colby Cooper in the chat said, so I read Jonathan Gresham is working Ring of Honor without a contract, so it seems like Impact isn't the only company doing the pay per appearance thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like to see Gresham signed with Impact. Gresham, I haven't seen a ton of his matches, but the ones I have signed, the guy is blessed. The guy can really grapple in the ring. I mean, he's
different. He's definitely different.
He is. What do they call him? The octopus or something like
that?
Yeah,
the octopus. I was trying to figure out. I was like, man, who is this octopus guy? Then I saw who he was. I'm like, this guy's something else, man. He's another level of performer. He's very, very unique. This guy. He's very unique.
Yeah, I mean, I look at Gresham and I think of like old school grapplers like Benoit and such, and it's like, man, he's he falls right in line. He is with the whole just the technical skills and everything. And his better half is Jordan Grace. So
Jordan Grace, yeah.
Why not?
Impact loves having those married couples, man. Who never know? I think today with the contract thing, and I saw Colby's one who posted this on Twitter also about Gresham. The contract thing is interesting. I think now it's like unless you're on TV, it doesn't really. There's no sense in having these. And I'm talking consistently on TV. I mean, like if you're a weekly guy, like who's on Impact weekly? Yeah, let's say Tessa Blanchard, right? Tessa's on Impact every week. She's got to be a contract person. You have to. But when people make OVE, you have to. When people are making a big deal about Killer Cross, and it's like, dude, I mean, he has a contract. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, he's not on every week. They were protecting him a little bit too. So it's one of those things where, yeah, if you're not on every week, I don't want to say expendable, but I can say like you have leverage here. If there's a reason to have the guy on every week, that's when you lock him in and you feature him every week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like if you nowadays, man, it's like WWE is locking everybody in like crazy because they have the money and the power to do it. And this AEW, for me, AEW is jury's still out for me. I'm not. One show is not enough for me to know what's going on with anything.
Did you see? We'll just talk about this for a second, and we'll jump into the episode. But as long as you mentioned it, did you watch Double or Nothing?
I did not watch it. It's I was invited to watch it. Not too much my cup of tea, but it's more so. I was busy that night too. I wasn't really like breaking my schedule to watch it. I was doing some stuff that night.
Yeah. It's a holiday weekend. It's understandable. Yeah.
I'd like to see. I don't keep up with their being the Elite series and all that stuff. So I don't know what any of these storylines mean, right? Okay. So that's why I went to All In because it was in Chicago. And I didn't know anything. I was invited to a skybox at All In. So I said, all right, I'll go. And I didn't know anything. I mean, all the story, I had no idea. So when people were popping for stuff, I'm just like, I don't get it because I don't watch the YouTube series. For me, it's going to come down to if they get an episode, when they get their episodic thing going, how they actually write for episodic TV. Right now, these are just feature pay-per-views for me, and it's not nothing I can really sink my teeth into. And it's funny. It's ironic that I say that too because I have friends who work there. Guys from AEW that I work with are there, and it's not like I'm purposely trying to like shit on anything, but it's more like I just don't know. I don't know the context of the product, so it's not.
At least you're being honest. You haven't watched it, and it may not be your cup of tea right now. So you're gonna wait, till you see a little bit more stuff, and then maybe you'll jump on, maybe you won't. At least you're not shitting on it without, making up. You're not making up shit and like, oh, it's total crap, but I've never seen it. At least you're not doing that.
Yeah, I can't do that. For me, it's not fair to do that. I work in the business too. I can't just dog a product without watching it. I can see why some are. I've seen some of the AEW diehards, which is funny to say because it's a company that's on one show, but some of these super fans can be a bit off-putting to other fans, people who aren't a fan of it. It's like, God, like everybody slow down for a second. It's in one show. Let's everybody calm down for a second.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, some people are ridiculous. Oh, they're gonna destroy WWE. Oh. No one's gonna destroy Vince. Let's not get stupid here. Yeah.
Did we forget who that guy? Vince McMahon is the devil incarnate, man. There's no way he's gonna let it go. I just thought it was funny. I'm like, all right, let's slow down. For me now, honestly, with all that going on, I was looking. You know what? Impact has become that super underground alternative. Like I grew up in ECW. I'm an ECW kid from the 90s, right? So I grew up in the ECW time. ECW was like that cool cousin who you saw twice a year, and you're like, oh man, that guy's so cool. He does all this cool shit on his own, and he's this like underground anomaly. And like that's what ECW, that's what Impact is becoming to me, is this ECW like alternative. And I love that. I think it's cool because it's a movement to itself.
It
And
is, yeah. I
I think
put
it's great.
something out the other day, and they said that, oh yeah, well, Impact is invisible to everyone. It's like, oh, it's only invisible if you're ignoring it. Okay,
Exactly. Good way to put it.
but I
It
didn't
is.
even want to start a discussion with this guy.
No.
It's like if you're putting out crap like that, I'm gonna let you put out your little line of crap, and
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
not even gonna touch that.
I don't get. It's always funny when people just argue about it, man. I can see bringing up facts, like I think Colby, for example. Colby, you're great about bringing up facts. You bring up factual stuff. He's not like a petty fighter online. He brings up a lot of factual data and details.
Oh
That's the way
yeah,
to do it. I think
yeah,
that's the way you got to argue. If you're gonna argue with somebody, use facts, use the numbers. I think Colby
yeah.
does a great job. I get a lot of my news from Colby a lot of times in my Twitter timeline, which is awesome. But
He shares a lot of good stuff.
yeah, and that's the way to do it. But I mean,
But he's also pretty. I think Kobe's pretty level-headed too.
yeah, there's some who are. There's some Impact fans who are just combative, and I'm like, guys, if you don't have to be combative. All you gotta do is just keep promoting the positives.
Exactly.
That's it. That's all you gotta do.
There's no reason. There's no reason to be an Impact fan and shit on everything else out there. And that's what I try to get my point across to some other people. Some other people have. Well, I don't do that. Yeah, you do.
You fall into it. That's the problem. No, I'm not a WWE fan whatsoever. I just don't watch their product. I can't get into it.
Yeah.
And I've dogged it.
That's okay.
And
I haven't watched it in a couple of weeks because it's so all over the place. I mean, it's almost like they're in desperation mode. It's like none of it's jiving lately. It's crazy.
Right.
They've become they're talking about AEW is the new WCW. No, actually WWE is becoming WCW. They're scrambling.
Yeah, but see, why even make the comparison to any of that, right? I made the ECW comparison, but I'm like, you know what? Let's just let it be what it is, and we'll take it from there. That's all.
True.
There's no rehashing. Let's just take it for what it is. I think Impact's carved out an interesting niche. I think AEW again. What I want to tell everybody: wait till they get episodic, and then see how they actually write, how they produce a weekly show. That's what it's going to come down to. Right now,
yeah, and I think Impact is even going to get better once they get TV. Hopefully, sometime this fall. I mean,
that's the rumor.
Yeah, I mean, at least they're still touring and filming. That's the positive thing here.
That's what you want right now. You want them to keep producing amazing content.
Yes.
Their digital numbers are phenomenal. I don't know if you saw the latest numbers that came up. I mean, they had nearly 1 million. Was in the last 2 weeks. And they added like 124,000 new subscribers. Somewhere I think on YouTube or Twitch or something, and then they have 2 million more plays. I mean, their numbers have been great in the last 2 weeks. It just keeps
across
going
YouTube
up.
and social media and everything. Oh yeah, that has been on a steady incline for the last 2 years, and that's been incredible.
No, steady build, man. That's one step at a time.
Right. All right, one quick question here from the chat, and then I'm going to jump into this this episode of Impact. Says Jay, what do you think about Smiley Kylie? I like her. I think she's I don't know a lot about her, but I do. What I saw at the Double or Nothing, I did like it, and I can't wait to see more. She from the interviews in the match that she was in with all the other ladies, she seems very authentic. That's about the highest compliment I can pay her right now.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's a friend of mine, and we work with her at AEW a ton. She was our former women's champion. She dropped it to Jessica Havoc. So I worked with her a lot. She is what you see there on TV. That's her, 100%. She is a sweetheart.
Yeah, that's what I meant by authentic. It's
100%.
like she was at the one of the StarCast things, and she was up on stage, and the crowd did some kind of crazy awesome chant for her, and it moved her to tears because she's like, I can't believe this is happening to me.
Oh yeah, she's great. I mean, she graduated grad school a few days right before All In or Double or Nothing too. So
oh wow.
She's a Chicago girl. I know her from here. Like I said, she's a total sweetheart. And she gave me a cake last month
Nice.
she gave me a cake, delicious cake. Kylie, thank you for the cake.
Nice. So, all right, let's jump into this Impact Wrestling episode for the 24th of May, 2019, hailing from the 2300 arena, where you are prominently in the front row with a certain lady friend of yours through most of these episodes lately.
Cute blonde next to me. If you look straight on the hard cam to the right, you see the beard of the Beauty and the Beast right there, sitting right there. That's us. Front row, man.
I have you on here because you're a beauty, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, jeez, no. I only look beautiful because I'm sitting next to her. She looked great. But no, we were there, man. Front row at the ECW arena. I'm going to call it the ECW arena. That was
there. You go.
I dreamed of going there for a long time, J-Bone. I grew up on ECW. It was like going to Mecca for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a pilgrimage.
I heard it's changed significantly.
A lot, quite a bit. It's actually a nice venue. It's very sleek, and
it's not so grungy. They turned it into more of a nightclub with a hall, I heard, or something.
Basically, is what it is. It's like you walk in and there's this beautiful bar and a lounge, you know, and then you have the hall where the wrestling goes on, and there's a bar in there too. But if anybody knows, just a real quick description. If anybody remembers ECW, the aisle where they used to come out was on an angle, you know, from the corner. They'd come out on a corner, and then there was the crow's nest area, where commentary would sit, and the some of the boys sit up there, and production will be up there. Now, the crow's nest is covered, and that's where the entranceway is. That's the entrance ramp. And so that's covers, and that's all the entrance video screens and all that stuff. That's in front of the crow's nest. The angled aisle, that's still access to the locker room, but there's a bar on that side, and there's all concession stands and bar, and then it's just a pretty perfect square room otherwise. So it's interesting. It's a lot smaller than I thought it was.
Nice.
On TV they made it look huge, but then again on TV that crow's nest being covered, takes away a lot of space. So I can see why the new configuration is what it is.
Well, and it's very dark in there, so it's a little hard to tell sometimes, depending on the lighting and, you know, the amount of people and stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Fun.
So this episode opens up with a hell of a match. Now, on paper, I gotta admit, dude, I was not excited about this.
Okay.
Callahan versus Fallah Bahh with Scarlett with Scarlett Bordeaux coming out.
Right.
And I gotta say, I was pleasantly, and I mean super pleasantly surprised at how off I was in predicting that this match was going to be. We saw a side in Fallah Bahh that I have never seen before.
Absolutely.
What did you think of this match, man?
Same thing. I was like, odd matchup. I'm like, where are we going with this? You know, you don't really. The thing is, Fallah Bahh kind of proved himself last year when he took on Austin Aries for that title shot, and he killed it. And to this day, people talk about that match because it was such a sleeper. So Fallah can work, man. As we know, Fallah is a very talented performer, but this match was very, very good. They gave him almost like 12 minutes or something too. It was a long match.
Yeah, it was a decent amount of time. It wasn't going to be a squash match because I see them doing this push of Sami Callihan again. You know, a slow push, I think.
Yeah.
And seeing Fallah Bahh, so like, I mean, he's done plenty of no, you know.
Yeah.
And some comedy bits and tag matches with KM over the last year and a half or whatever it's been. And I saw another level of talent and charisma from Fallah Bahh that I'd never seen before, to the point that now I might throw some people off here a little because I know everyone loves the Panda.
Love the Panda.
But I all of a sudden am dying to see a full-blown heel Fallah Bahh.
A heel Fallah?
With the aggression that he showed, and just take away the goofy, he could be like a next level Yokozuna heel.
He could be a Yoko. He's so lovable though.
He is, but oh, trust me, I have become, it took a while. It did take a while for me to like, jump on the Panda fam, if you will. But if you will, he's so fluffy. But yeah, just, I don't know, just seeing this match with Callahan, I was just blown away by him. Like,
Same.
I have a whole new respect for him, for Fallah Bahh. And I was like, wow.
If you pay attention to the arena, you could see that we're all kind of not quiet, but we're kind of like, what the hell is this match, right? Like, what are we doing? But you could see how it built. And it built as it went on. People were like, this is actually a goddamn good match. People are like super into it. So it was cool. It was cool to watch that organically.
And Scarlett Bordeaux taking care of the Chris brothers when they showed up. I mean, that threw a little bit of a comedy in there, because it's like, what's she gonna do? And she ends up, clobbering him, does the diving somersault into them.
Yep.
Takes them out, which, unfortunately wasn't enough. But yeah, I could totally see Fallah Bahh going heel and then having Scarlett Bordeaux get a little darker, because she's still kind of sleeky, sexy, kind of, I can see it, but I think we're gonna have to wait a little bit. But
for now, you got a lot of heels right now too. You know if you can. The thing is, his heel turn will have to mean something too. What will be the context of him turning heel at this point?
It's got to be some kind of storyline, kind of like what they did with Eddie Edwards over the course of the last year.
Yeah, see, now his heel turn could have worked if you did it while KM was still there, because KM started off as the heel. He came around, and you got to follow turn on him like, no, you treating me like crap, turn on you. So it worked out then, but it's an idea. Yeah.
So yeah, solid match. Callahan comes off with the win here, but yeah, just totally whole new level of respect for Fallah Bahh.
Great match.
Next, we've got a great promo from Tommy Dreamer talking about his matchup later on tonight, which is going to headline with RVD. I'm going to admit I wasn't excited about hearing that they were going to headline, but I was like, okay, they're in the ECW arena. It is RVD and Tommy Dreamer. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Nostalgically, you get the pop. You're in the arena. It's kind of one of those things.
It's an authentic moment, and we're not gonna. And like Tommy said, this is probably going to be the last time he wrestles RVD. To be honest.
He took a beating. I'll say that. He took a hell of a beating.
Yeah, I think Tommy's on borrowed time.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because every time he has a hell. I mean, this wasn't too bad. This one flowed pretty smooth, but every time he has like a match, like in last fall with Abyss in Milwaukee was the last time he was going to wrestle him before we knew that he was going to go off to WWE.
Right.
That was a hell of a match.
Yeah.
So next, they're advertising June 8th for Impact Plus, a night you can't miss. Missed with the Great Buddha coming back, and they're starting to throw out some matches for that too. We got Taya, who's facing Jordan Grace for that one. No step yet. They should come up with something though.
Yeah, well, Taya has that thing, right? She does have to defend her title for 30 days, but I think it's up by then. That's the thing. Maybe they'll add that by then.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Well, she defends it tonight too, so I don't know.
I'm seeing in the chat here real quick, J-Bone Colby said that he gets a lot of his stuff from Doug Martin on Twitter. That's Doug's another guy on Twitter who's a big Impact news guy. He's much angrier than anybody else, but he's good. he brings a lot of knowledge out to the public.
Like angry as in defending it, or
he's he fights with fire. You know what I'm saying? He's a passionate guy. He gets a little worked up, but he damn well cares about Impact Wrestling. That's for sure.
Okay.
But anyway, I just saw that in the chat. Thought I'd shout him out because I do get a lot of info from Doug too.
No, that's cool. I'll have to check that out. The other AEW wrestler I would like to see an Impact is Mance Warner, also from MLW. Man,
who said that?
That was Demon Rocks. Demon Rocks Hall.
I love Mancer, dude. It's my guy.
This Saturday, Mance is going to take on. It's all part of the MLW taping, so it's all going to get
chopped. By you.
Yeah. 10 minutes from here. I'm pretty stoked.
Nice. Very nice.
Mance is going to take on Callahan.
Hit that pay window.
Hell yeah, man. That promo is. I love MLW.
You're a big MLW guy. Like I said, I think I mentioned this to you before. AEW did a documentary on Mance. Check that. Anybody who's a Mance Warner fan in this chat, AEW Pro on YouTube. Look for the Mance Warner. It's great.
I still got to do that. Yeah, you did mention that, didn't you?
Yeah, it's great. We made an awesome movie on him, so it's you'll like it. It's really, really good.
Dude, could you imagine Mance and the Deaners?
Oh, dude, that'd be no, dude. Mance, I would love for him to be an Impact. Oh, I'd mark out huge if he showed up. That guy's amazing.
Like the Critical Sting says, dramatic pause.
Dramatic pause. That's what the movie's called. It's called A Dramatic Pause.
Nice.
The Mance Warner story. It's great.
Nice.
That's cool. So, sorry, I did not throw you off. What was next?
No. We're all over the place when we do these. It's all good. Yeah, man. It's all good. Next, we got the Knockouts Championship match. Taya defending against Madison Rayne. What did you think of this match?
I'm a guy who loved Madison Rayne years ago, and I think she's beautiful. I think she's passionate about what she does, but I think the time for people to react as strongly as they used to Madison Rayne is gone. I think the time is it's a new time now. There's it's Taya's world, it's Tessa's world, it's Jordynne Grace. I feel like Madison's character didn't age well with Impact fans. And I think the crowd was quiet, man. I guess even live, it was very little reaction for her. And I know she works hard. And it's not me dogging her. I think they just don't get it. And so she's a different style than what people are used to. When you have these girls now doing what they do, that classic Madison style from that real classic 2010 style isn't popping anymore.
Yeah, I gotta say though, I was impressed with this match because there's been a few since she's been back that I have not been impressed with Madison Rayne. This one, I was pleasantly surprised. They made it work. I mean, it felt like it flowed. I felt like Madison Rayne. Sometimes I feel like she kind of, I hate to say dials it in, or mails it in or whatever. But
yeah, I can see how it comes off that way too. I mean, and I don't think she means to. I don't think she means to.
It's chemistry. If it's someone that she hasn't wrestled with in a while or slight lack. I mean, there's so many different factors that go on in wrestling, and I get that. I'm no wrestler, but I know there's a lot of different things going on.
Yeah.
But I actually really liked this match. I was gonna say, as far as the Madison Rayne match, I love Taya. I've loved Taya for a few years now. But
the heel Taya grew on me, dude. The heel Taya is what got me. Was that. The face Taya I couldn't connect with, but heel Taya totally clicked. I love it. And it took a little bit. Initially, I was like, "What is she doing?" But then, man, it just once she settled into it, I think this is great. She's fantastic.
Oh yeah, she's having fun out there now. She's sassy. She's saucy. She's
yeah. No, she's great.
She's having a blast out there. It feels authentic because I've seen her do this before, so it's great to see her do it again. It really is.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Yeah, because this is how she was in Lucha Underground, and that was even more crazy. This one is a little more, I don't want to say PG-ish, but it's fun. It's still fun, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. A decent match. So Taya defends it successfully here, only to have quite the surprise come out next. Rosemary with Su Young dragging Su Young out with that dog collar or demon collar, excuse me. Surprises Taya and what did you? You put a link in there. Okay.
Yeah, just so people if they want to see that documentary we're talking about, the links in the chat.
No, there you go. That's fine. That just YouTube censors links. That's all. So, yeah,
bummer.
we let it go. We don't have any moderators in here tonight. They
Bummer.
They might show up. Taya before her last year's Mexico tapings.
Dude, totally.
Oh yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Well, she's and I know some people are not as big as Taya fans as I am, but I've seen her go through a lot of physical changes, and I've seen her express certain things online. She's gone through a lot of life changes, things going on personally with her. Yeah. And that affects a lot of different things. So, but I feel like she's really coming into her own again. It's taken a little bit over the last couple of years in Impact. I think I think everything's really gelling now, you know?
No, absolutely. Damn it, J-Bone, your webcam is beautiful. I can see all the perfect skin tone, and you look great. Mine's a piece of garbage.
I always give myself a bit of a tan. I'm not going to lie.
Nice. Very nice. I never webcam. The listeners of my show know we never do webcams. I got to invest in a nice webcam for times like this.
Dude, they don't cost much. Just go to like Best Buy and go to your entertainment section or whatever and just get a Logitech. I've had this Logitech camera for like 5 years now, and this thing has never failed me.
I'm just using the built-in one, but yeah, definitely we'll get a nicer one for sure. Absolutely.
It's not bad though. Yours isn't bad. I can see you. You're fine.
Color's a little off, but hey, it can be better. But anyway,
it's all good. It's all good.
Cool.
Eugene Evans, what's up? He's in the chat. Matches more since then, yeah. So, what is next here? We got a great promo from the Deaners. They are at a Philly cheese steakhouse. Was that Pat's?
Pat's. They were at Pat's, yeah. There's Geno's and Pat's are across the street from each other. They're the two touristy ones everybody goes to.
So you got to go there to get the authentic Philly cheesesteak.
There's better ones, but those are the two that get all the attention because they're literally across the street from each other. And I feel like they're in cahoots because it's like, well, you get one, you got to get the other one. So everybody goes to one and the other. So they both sell a ton all day long because I think it's a work. I think the whole thing's a work.
Could be.
The one next to the arena is really good. It's my favorite one. The one by the arena is called Tony Luke's. And that's right down the street from the ECW arena.
That sounds like an ECW name.
Yeah, Tony Luke, Mama Luke, right? Those Tony Mama Luke. There's Tony Luke. Yeah, but those Tony Mama Luke in ECW, absolutely. Yeah,
it's the same guy, right?
Yeah, it could be. Could be.
Oh man, but yeah, they're sitting there chowing down on cheesesteaks and.
It's great. Jake was hilarious.
Hilarious. Jake is just he's like he's half ignoring Cody, and
he's like, we haven't had any women, and he's like, like we haven't even had any drinks. He's like, yeah.
he's like, I got you there, man. So he pulls up some beers and
that was popping.
Give her. They're so goofy.
I love that.
All these tag teams trying to step up their training game.
Right.
Later, we had I'm skipping ahead here a little bit, but the Rascals are getting serious about their training. They smoked a little before they did.
They're hilarious. The tag scene in Impact Wrestling is unmatched right now.
It's
the tag scene.
it's so fun. It's so fun. And like even if you don't get the tag match from the guys, you'll get a quick promo and
Yeah.
like even from LAX, they'll cut a backstage thing.
Oh, in the
Santana's
locker room, drinking.
drinking or
Oh
whatever.
yeah. I gotta say, Critical Sting just said Cousin Jake versus Fulton, not a matter of if, but when. Whoo, can you imagine that match?
Oh, those two monsters.
Hoss.
Hell yeah, dude.
Just a
Yeah.
Hoss match.
Can't wait. It'll happen. It'll happen, especially if Jake's sticking around, and Jake is a great addition.
He's awesome.
I just hope they don't do too much comedy with the Deaners, and I get the comedy aspect, and that's needed because you don't have Cam and Falaba, so you need to interject a little bit of comedy here and there, and that's great. But I hope at some point, they do have some like solid matches.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of like what they're doing with the Daisy Hit Squad.
Bonus points, J-Bone, for that pronunciation.
I'm trying, man.
Good
I'm
job.
trying.
Good job.
Ever since you had me on that one time, I've been very. In fact, I even like listened to them saying it. I'm like, did Josh say it right?
Sometimes he's weird. He'll do it right, then he'll do it wrong. He goes back and forth. I can't get through to the guy.
Yeah,
I try.
It's a thing. You gotta say it right. I'm learning.
Good man.
So yeah, we were talking about Rosemary came out with Sue Young. Obviously, wants to get back in the Knockouts championship scene. Pretty excited about that. It's been a while since Rosemary's gone after some gold. She's been so busy in the undead realm. What do you think about Rosemary being a next contender?
She's one of those performers. She doesn't need the belt. She never did. I think it's more of a token for the character to have it, but she doesn't really need it because she's got so much going on outside of the championship.
Yeah,
and kind of one of those like Roddy Piper never needed to be the world champion. It was good as Roddy Piper, that kind of thing.
He should have been though.
Should have been. I agree. At least once, right? Give him once. But I mean, logical transition. I mean, they've built Rosemary a lot for a while, with this whole storyline. I mean, you got to build her to something because she defeated her nemesis now. So, but you got Jim Mitchell in the mix. Who knows what can happen? But I think Ty is a good foil for her. I think Ty is a good opponent because they played off really well. Because she's, Ty is this pretty girl, prissy, and she's like, monster, gross. She doesn't want to even look at Rosemary. So, it could work. It could work. They could have some fun stuff.
And I'm excited about the match. I'm more curious though, because I mean, I know some people aren't about the whole undead realm thing. I am very curious though with the whole now they brought James Mitchell back.
Yeah, he's great, man. Jim Mitchell is what a treat. Can I share a quick story, J-Bone?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Go ahead.
I have two Jim Mitchell stories. One was in New York. I won't tell that one, but I'll tell the last one I just had. I'm walking. So at the arena is like on this industrial road. And at the end of the road, there's like a strip mall, Targets, all sorts of stuff, which is very different. I mean, I was talking to a couple guys who are like, man, this was like crackhead heaven at one time. Now there's a freaking Target there. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. So we parked the car and girlfriend's like, I want to run to, there's Marshalls. I want to run to Marshalls, take a look at something. So we walk down, it's industrial. It's in the middle of an industrial area. So we walk down. So we're coming back, and in the distance, we see this character walking towards us. I mean, it's like you look and you see a guy in full devil gimmick. It just in the distance, walking broad daylight down the street at this industrial street in Philly, and you're like, what the hell is going on right now? What is my life right now? I'm watching, and he comes up and he's like, excuse me. We're like, hey, good to see you again. And Jimmy's like, lovely to see you too. Question for you. Where can I get some goddamn cigarettes and some beer? And maybe some beer. And I was like, well, there's a Wawa down here, which is like their 7-Eleven chain. There's a Wawa. He goes, how far might that be? And I'm like, And I'm like, I don't know, it's at least another, you got at least 10 minutes to walk. And he's like, shit. He's like, well, I'm gonna have to make a decision, aren't I? And I said, yeah, you have to. I said, but you'll be all right. You got time. so he's like, well, it'll wherever the wind blows. And he just starts walking. And I was like, what a guy. What a character. Full gimmick. I'm talking the eyebrows were in, everything was gimmicked.
Nice.
He was ready to go. And just walking down the street. Phenomenal.
Tremendous. Tremendous. Did you get a picture with him?
No, I got one with him in Florida.
Okay.
I saw him in Orlando. We talked to him in New York at a Business Hall of Fame thing too. Last year, Bound for Glory, but then in Orlando's when I got a photo with him. Yeah, but he's a great dude. His speech at a Business Hall of Fame was top notch.
I saw that on Twitch. That was great. That really was
so good, man. So good. But yeah, that's my Jim Mitchell story. But he's back.
It's a good invitation too, by the way.
Thanks. That just pulled that off. I gotta start doing that one more often. I do my Sammy Callahan one a lot. I gotta do the Jim Mitchell one more.
Oh, your Sammy is spot on too.
Jim, where the hell are my cigarettes? If you're going on a beer run, you need to go get everything, I'm gonna start doing the Jim Mitchell one more though, for sure.
You do a full conversation between the two. I'm gonna piss myself here live.
That'll be something. I should do that. Who wants to see that?
J-Bone piss live, all because of Trent.
Oh, jeez.
It's the last time he's ever on. No, I'm kidding. No, I love it, man. I love it.
Good. I'm glad.
All right. So, yeah, great segment between James Mitchell and Rosemary talking about the future of Su Yung. And, James Mitchell wants her back. And, I don't know. There's going to be a little tug of war going on there.
They referred to father again. That's Kevin Sullivan, right? That's the thing. So they mentioned father. So basically, Jim is like, I don't know. It's like his Grim Reaper. He's like
they even mentioned Abyss. Mitchell thanked her for taking Abyss under his wing. When he was when he was lost
gone
or whatever. Yeah. So that was funny. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So, another promo here. We got Edwards talking about how he's going to face Cross next week. Are you looking forward to this? Are you digging this, or are you kind of?
No, I'm digging it. I was there, and I can tell you'll all be digging it.
Okay.
I'll mention that. You'll all be digging it. It was good. The setup's been great. It's an odd feud that came out of nowhere, but it's good. It's a good feud. I enjoy it.
It's
executed well.
I feel like Cross can do no wrong. And I feel like even though this is a bit of a comedy thing, he's throwing some like terrifying moments into it, which is just apropos for him,
Well, that promo he cut like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that right there. Yeah, absolutely incredible. Terrifying. It's like
last week. It's so good, man. So good.
It's like we're talking about a kendo stick, and he made me poop the couch. It was crazy.
It was cool, man. That promo was like something else. I was like, oh, geez. Talking about a kendo stick here. What the hell?
Right. What world are we living in, right?
Yeah, seriously, man. But no, that's the talent of Killer Cross. I mean, the guy is extremely, extremely talented at what he does. I hope they work out this contract stuff that's all been rumored around. I hope all this crap gets settled in. Pay the guy, make it nice and see what happens.
And I give him credit for just keeping on promoting himself. He's not throwing any shade on anyone publicly.
Right.
He's staying professional, which is a lot more than some other people do, when they start getting frustrated. And
yeah, absolutely. My only thing is, who leaked it? That's the thing. Why did it get out to begin with? Those kind of matters should be dealt with. Who did leak that info?
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, just it's just the fact that something like that got leaked, and knowing, I like to think I know Cross a little bit and his demeanor and being professional, and just I don't know. That just seems so unlike him. I mean,
Right.
I get it if it's true, but it just I don't know.
It could be a negotiation tactic too.
Yeah,
You
it could be.
leak the info and you get a little buzz going. You get some people
Yeah,
talking, and hey, never know.
could be,
Never know.
could be. It's a business, right?
Yeah.
So then we get the promo with the Rascals smoking it up and then training.
That
Oh man, it
was
was
funny.
just a riot. Those guys,
They're great.
they're donning the cover of Smash's podcast for this review.
Are they okay? So you can't go around the Rascals. I gotta say, Zachary Wentz to me has broken out as an amazing actor in all these skits. He has really shown his chops in all this. And
Yeah,
I'm like, that guy's not bad at the acting side.
and in fact, thinking of your neck of the woods for AAW, I even saw a promo that they cut not too long ago. I
A
think
heel one, right?
yeah, a
Yeah.
heel one. Yeah, soon after they got in the company, going after the Lucha Brothers or whoever was the tag champs, and they're just fired up and pissed off. I mean, they sounded like OVE. It was crazy. It was
Oh yeah, it was good. I produced that one. It was good, man. I'm telling you, the Rascals. Don't sleep on the Rascals. I mean, I'm so glad they're featured via this whole the treehouse thing and all that. And these skits are great. But they're so multi-dimensional. I mean, these guys are legit three best friends, and they hang out all the time.
yeah.
But they're great dudes, man. And I think they're so damn good at what they do, in and out of the ring.
Oh
So
yeah.
don't sleep on them.
Yeah, very, very talented in the ring. It's like you can have all the charisma in the world and just suck ass in the ring, but no, they're both. They're the total package. They're very good.
Yeah, for sure.
Next we got a match between LAX and the North for the Impact Tag Team Championships. This was a decent match. I felt like I wanted a little more out of this one.
Too soon.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too for the North, but you gotta it's a one-off for now to keep LAX, going, and they're still really new, I think there's plenty of time. They just signed both guys to multi-year contracts as far as I know.
Yeah.
So and they're heels, and they're mixing it up with Moose too. So they don't have a super distinct path right now, and doing a one-off like this I think is okay. It still shows their talent.
Yeah. It does. I was like, man, I kind of wanted this one built up a little bit before they touched. It's like, this is a feature match. I could see the North being the ones to take it off of them. So it's a little soon for me, to put a loss on them. It could have been a DQ. I've been fine with it, but I think Josh took the pin too. I was like, Josh taking that pin also was like, oh man, this is a little quick for me to have this already.
Yeah, and there could be a lot of other things going on, because I
True.
know that Conan's been fighting to get LAX, some decent paydays in Impact Wrestling, and I'm sure, I saw some people freaking out that they appeared at StarCast.
Yeah, it's a convention.
It is, even though it's very closely tied with AEW. Cross was down there. In fact, Critical Sting here, I've just a side note, he says in the chat here, he says, I saw an interview with StarCast with Cross, and he claimed that he was unhappy with inaccuracies in the articles and talked about how he's had a blast in Impact. Well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. I have not seen this interview.
My prediction is I think LAX, when their contract is up, I think they'll take off. And it's a prediction. It's a bold prediction. I think because, and let's be frank, there's not much left for them to do. And I'm looking at it purely from a creative standpoint.
Yeah.
Unless you're splitting them, which they're not really great as a split. If you keep them any longer, they're gonna turn into the Briscoes. You can only put the tag belts on them so many times.
Yeah, that is a great point. Yeah, I mean, and I want to see them go as far as they can go,
Why not?
even if it is going to be in another company. God bless
Sure.
them. They are one of the, I would say, this version of LAX with Santana and Ortiz has grown over the last 2 years since their inception in the Indies, joining Impact Wrestling, and has become, in my opinion, a top 5 team in the industry.
100%.
Across the board.
100%. I think they're the best version of LAX, hands down, ever.
Oh, yeah, and they're very different from Homicide and Hernandez. Hernandez had his whole, super max, super heavyweight thing going on, where Homicide had his own kind of hardcore grappling style.
Mm-hmm.
So,
listen, I'm up for it. Look, the territory system in the old days existed for a reason. So you wouldn't get guys who got stale. That was the whole point. You'd run a program and you'd get out and you'd have another team come in. It was a great, and then you have your fixtures, but you have a rotating card, like the world champion would travel. That was the idea. You keep it fresh. I love LAX. I love that they're affiliated with Impact, but honestly, what the hell else can you do? You can't do much else other than keep putting tag belts on it. And what, are you going to break them up and feud them? It's been done for tag teams. Nobody wants to see LAX feud. Nobody wants to see that. I don't think anybody wants to see these two guys. They love cheering them. So why? No, one can't be the heel.
I've seen a few say that they want to see Santana as a singles guy because they both have their own talents.
They do.
But I don't want to see them feud against each other.
Well, yeah, I don't either. they're both lovable as they are. I don't want to see them feud. I'm even fine with, let's say they go to AEW for 2 years. And they do a run. Have a 2-year run there. In the meantime, we get AR Fox and Myron Reed. They jump in. They're a tag team called Firefox. Let's see them jump in and have some killer matches. Why not? I mean, just keep it going. That's the idea. You have fixtures, but the thing about wrestling today is that you don't want any territory or promotion to turn into what WWE is, which is just a hoarding of a talent. You're just keeping talent for the sake of keeping them. What are you gaining from it?
Yeah, exactly. And the most horrible example of that was just keeping JR under contract and not even utilizing him and keeping him busy in his darkest of days. That was sad. When that interview came out, I don't know if you saw that or
I didn't see that, no.
They like when Diane, I believe that was his wife's name, when she passed away, and I understand, he needed time to mourn and everything, but he wanted to keep busy, and they just put him on the shelf, and he was upset with that. He's like, I have so much to offer and so much more to give that if he feels confident enough to do it, then damn, he's JR. Someone do it. And
I mean, the knowledge, right? I mean, the guy's got industry knowledge.
Yeah,
use that.
Even if he's not comfortable, sitting live and calling play-by-play, have him backstage for part of a tour here and there, and
sure,
and just learn from the learning tree.
Yeah, why not? Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt at all. Cool.
So
next.
So all right, back to the show here. LAX defends successfully against the North. Solid tag team match, but yeah, like you both and I kind of agree. It seemed early, but I see pros and cons from it. But a pro is the North has been heavily used lately. They use them once again later. We'll get to that in a bit.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we'll get to that.
So, and it actually kind of makes up for losing here.
It does, yeah.
Because you forget about the loss, and we'll get to that in a second.
Right.
Next we got Glenn. I got to keep this going and running out of time. Glenn Gilberti has an exhibition match against a newcomer I don't know how long she's going to be around, if she was just considered a local talent that they brought in for an
I
extra.
think so. I think so, yeah.
But I did see her on another show this past week. Is it a Rise show? I think it was a Rise show.
Most likely a Rise show, yeah.
She was tagging with someone. I was kind of in and out. I didn't watch the whole thing that closely, but Ashley Vox was in the ring.
Yeah.
With
she was in that Battle Royal too, the Knockouts Battle Royal as well.
Yes, she was and there were some really good girls in that. Yeah.
There was some talent. That was a nice little showcase of if you're looking for talent, it wasn't bad. There were some duds, but there was some new some fresh talent in there for sure.
Yeah, there was some fresh faces, all right. Yeah. This was one of them, and I don't know a lot about her, but man, Glenn Gilberti just wiped the canvas with her. It was
so
it was
good.
just, and he called his own play-by-play. That was
so good. I lost it, man. He is hilarious. That son of a bitch, though, I'll tell you, he snubbed me in Philly. He snubbed me bad. I'm a huge Disco Inferno mark from the 90s.
Okay.
And I get to the arena. I got there early to see some folks. We're just hours before. We're walking in, and he pulls up in an Uber. And I said, "Oh, hey, Disco." Doesn't say a word. And I was like, "All right, yeah, it's one of those things." And then
it's Mr. Gilberti to you.
Yeah. And I said, compliment question, because that's his thing that he says on the Keeping It 100. He says, if you see me, you give me a compliment, and a question. I'll answer your question. I'll take a picture with you. Okay. That's a compliment question. Snubs me again. Holding the door open for the lady. She walks in. I said, "Come on in." And I hold the door open for him. And he realizes he forgets to shut his Uber door. He runs, "Oh shit, let me shut my Uber." Goes and shuts his door. That's it. And I kept the door held open for him, J-Bone. Walks right in. Not even a thank you. Snubbed me. What a louse. What a louse.
Full heel right out the door.
Unbelievable. Sad.
He was getting you ready. He was getting you ready because, oh, man.
But he was funny. He was funny in this thing.
He had that crowd loud. Oh, my goodness. And Don and Josh were just
mega heat live. That don't let the sound for the one thing I swear to God, I wish they would mic the crowd more. It was loud in that room for that.
Oh, I'll bet.
Definitely need to mic the crowd more, because the TV didn't do that justice at all. How loud it was during that. It was not. It was heated, white hot.
The Chris Steele show says, "What a scumbag!
What a scumbag!" That's what you call getting heat.
Wait, are you talking about Glenn, or are you talking about? Oh, never mind.
Demon Rock says, "I think to let you all know that Ashley Vox doesn't date boys." I figured that out with the rainbow. She had a rainbow bandana tied around her knee.
Oh, I saw that too.
I figured that out.
Yeah.
Or men.
Okay.
Tasha Steeles she was part of that taping too. Critical thing, she was there too. She was good. She got over.
There was one more name, and I can't think who the heck it was. It was the girl with the blonde mohawk.
Oh, it was what the hell's her name?
I know I wrote it down, but I'm gonna find it in the notes.
Oh my God, how do I not know her name? Anybody? She got a crazy name. Solo Darling.
That's it. I was impressed with her. She seemed tough.
She's over. I'm not a fan. I don't get it. I saw her here in Shimmer once or twice. But never really got the Solo Darling. But people seem to like her. I couldn't get into it. Yeah.
All right. But yeah, Tessa Blanchard comes to the rescue, and as much as people don't get or don't like the whole Glenn Gilberti thing, I think the bigger picture here, I know I'm using my big nerd brain here, so just bear with me. I think the bigger picture here is because Tessa Blanchard was a heel for so long, they're trying to come up with different ways to build her up as a baby face. So have her come to the aid of,
a real baby, like a real weak baby face. Yeah.
Yeah.
You left out one huge thing, J-Bo. I'm sorry to cut you off, but you left off a huge detail here.
Oh, go ahead, because
Tessa running in. Tessa ran in those heels. Did you see those heels she ran in? Critical Sting pointed it out too. He pointed out, just now look. She ran in those high heels, dude. She ran in smooth with these heels, man. These heels were like,
as soon as she hit the ring, I kind of like, I was like, oh, okay, she's here to, I knew what she was there for,
dude.
But it just kind of impressive. Like, that is.
No, you had to see the size of these damn heels. That's why I'm pointing it out.
Oh, I've seen the heels she goes around in. I've seen the pictures, and I've seen some of the other promos that she does with those heels. I think nuts. I'm pretty sure, like her feet are like this. It's ridiculous. Yeah,
she ran in 100 miles an hour. It was great. That was great.
That's some talent.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive.
Some talent.
Pretty impressive.
Now you know that the Daga's not getting away from her.
Nope.
High heels and all, she'll chase his ass down.
Absolutely. You know it.
Next, we have an X Division showcase. This was a lot of fun. We got Rohit Raju, Petey Williams, Ace Austin, and Dez from the Rascals. Fresh out of training. High training.
Yeah, good match, right? A little short though, I thought. A little short match.
But the only notes I wrote down for this was short but sweet. I think it was like less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was real short, man. I feel like they didn't get the second gear. It was pretty short.
And I kind of assumed, I hate to, you sometimes assume in wrestling, I should learn my own lesson because I preach this every time I'm on here. Never assume in wrestling. But I honestly thought this was going to be another like blowout for Ace Austin, and it wasn't.
No,
pleasantly surprised. But he did get his shtick in, where he's got the arm and he pulls out the card from his sleeve and
the paper cut and all that.
Yeah.
Ace Austin's got. Yeah, I like. He's got a new T-shirt today too. I don't know if you saw that. New Ace Austin T-shirt came out.
Ooh, on Impact.
Yeah, Shop Impact just put out a new Ace Austin, new Rosemary, a couple others. Yeah, like 5 shirts came out today.
Yeah. Sometimes their T-shirts look like $1 million, and sometimes they look a little. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
But that's any company, honestly.
Any wrestling shirt, right? Yeah. You can't win them all. I forgot who else got one, but North shirt came out. I can't remember the rest. Yeah, there's like 5 new shirts.
You know who else has a great looking T-shirt that just came out?
Who's that?
Smash This Podcast. The link's in the description. Cheap plug. Sorry, I had to.
Where's it at? Where you got Pro Wrestling Tees? What are we doing?
No, it's on Represent.
Nice. Yep. Get a T-shirt, guys. Come on.
You want to support the podcast, show all your friends your love and support for Smash This Podcast. Go get yourself a tee, go get yourself a tank top.
Tank tops too, J-Bone. I mean, summertime, right? Tank tops.
Hell yeah.
Good man.
Not around here. It's like, 40 degrees out still up in little old Wisconsin up here.
Yeah, here too. Raining like crazy. Cold.
It's just ridiculous. It was grilling in 80-degree weather the other day, and now we're back to this bullshit. It's horrible. Yeah. I got sweatshirt on, in my office, and 2 days ago I was wearing shorts. I can't win.
Yeah. I got a Bad Influence T-shirt on, a little throwback TNA days, old Impact days. The Bad Influence.
Awesome. Love Kaz and Daniels.
Yeah.
Those guys have stuck together through thick and thin, and still $1 million.
Absolutely. Good for them.
$1 million. Hell yeah, man. So yeah, Dez comes out in a win in this X Division showcase, a fatal 4-way, if you will. Short but sweet.
Yeah.
Not too much to say about it. Everyone got a nice little spot or something in there,
I feel Rohit should have taken this one just because they're coming off some momentum with him, getting some wins lately. Should have kept it going on this side. I don't think Dez needed it right now.
Demon Rock says, I will buy 3 if you review a Shimmer show.
Whoa.
Look at that.
3. 3.
That's a bold statement.
Let's do a Shimmer show. That's not hard. There's a lot of talent on there. Which Demon Rise? Which Shimmer show? Any old Shimmer show or a current one, new one?
I'm sure there's some hot new ones coming. I don't mean hot as in the women are hot, but their
They're hot.
shows are hot. You know,
they take a while to put their DVDs out. Dave Prazak. One thing that I've talked to him about is that he's very much a perfectionist about putting out his DVDs and make them really nicely edited. Artwork's good. So it takes a while to get the current issues out. So he's always pretty behind. But Shimmer's best experience live, if you're gonna go, it's they do some good stuff. Volume 89. He wants you to do volume 89.
89. Okay, I'll have to look up and see
look
when
that up.
was.
Maybe I think High Spots streams. I mean, you're probably getting on High Spots.
High Spots or the WWN network or something.
Well,
I think that's the one that carries Evolve and all those too.
There you go.
I always get that confused with what's that other one? The women, not Rise, but there's Shimmer and Shine.
Shine, yeah, and then there's Rise. The 3 big ones.
I always get those confused, but okay. So then a quick rundown of next week. We got Impact and Elgin versus Swan and the Mac. That should be a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. That's good. I mean, Elgin and Swan tore it apart. I mean, that was one of the matches of the year, in my opinion.
One thing sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, if that's any indication, this is going to be great.
Yeah,
I'm saying that. I'm saying that as if I haven't seen it live, but I'm just going to let you. It's going to be great. Oh, on paper, it sounds fantastic.
You know what? I'm going to believe you. I don't know why, but I think I will. Take Trent's word for it. He was there.
Stream Shimmer is what Demon Rock says, by the way. They have their own stream. I didn't know that.
Huh.
I didn't know they had their own stream. Finally, Dave Prazak, you got your own streaming setup.
Nice.
Damn it.
That is cool when I have that, eh? It's a sign of moving forward.
Yeah.
We also have a street fight of Cross versus Edwards. Can't wait to see that.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get I didn't write it down here, but I saw on mixed in with the stuff on social media on Twitter. We're gonna get an update on Cage.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we'll find out when he comes back. We got a lot of dates in the New York and going back to Philly in the next month or so. So
New York, and New York, Philly, and then they have then the Slammiversary month. They have a couple of shows in July. I mean, they're busy. They need a champion for sure. But he, real quick, if anybody doesn't know, Cage did wrestle for Warrior Wrestling in Chicago like 2 weeks ago. He tried it out. He didn't do much. It was a 3-way dance, and to kind of protect him a little bit.
Yeah.
He's moving. He's not 100% yet, though, but he got back in the ring to test it out. So he's, I think he'll be okay by New York. I think so.
Selfie. God, where are my moderators tonight? What do you think about Brock Lesnar? No comment. How about that? Glenn Gilberti versus Tessa Blanchard. That should poor Glenn.
Poor Glenn is right. Just watch the match. It's fun. That's a fun match.
Just tell me one spoiler. Does she come out in the heels?
No heels. She comes out to kick his ass, though. That's for sure. Check that one out. That's a really good. It's a good match. It's a good match.
That's good. Well, she's a great worker. I mean, I've seen her work with a lot of different people. So
yeah,
I have no doubt about that. She could have turned it into anything. It could have been clobber his ass in 2 seconds, or make it a decent match, and it's just gonna make it great. Yeah.
Oh man, Selfie King's in here talking everything but Impact. Come on, man. Come on, man.
He's working up my ADD. But
don't worry about it. Real quick, Chris Steele's show. What's going on with Rise? Rise is a show in June out of Chicago. So they got a show going on. So
nice.
My buddies photographer for us. He's going to be there. But yeah, the Rise is busy. They're doing their thing. But anyway, go on.
Are they still like a women's development? I heard they were going to be working with Impact. I haven't heard anything on that lately.
They are, like Kevin Harvey, who owns Rise, is he's at every Impact taping.
Okay.
So he's there usually. They haven't done any partnership mentions. I know Gail and Jimmy Jacobs are at a lot of Rise shows, especially Gail. She's there scouting and
there you
coaching.
Go. Yeah.
So they basically have become they were initially going to be a kind of pre-Shimmer, developmental.
Okay.
And but now they turn like their own monster. Rise is pretty good, man. They got some big names. All the big names are going to Rise, so they've kind of turned to competition for Shimmer at this point.
Yeah.
So
ladies, there's a lot of great ladies talent out there. There really
absolutely
is. Yeah.
No, there's a ton, and
the ladies are stepping it up. It's so great to see. It's a whole new era for women's wrestling, and new women are popping up all over the place within the last 5 years. And
absolutely.
Yeah, contracts are getting signed, folks. It's a great time. Then we got the main event right before we wrap. I gotta wrap this up.
All right.
We got Tommy Dreamer versus Rob Van Dam. This one, I'm not gonna say it stunk, but man, it took like 5 minutes to get going with all the handshakes and high fives.
Oh no,
I mean, it was a feel good moment for the the 2300, the ECW arena with two hardcore icons. But man, it was like, what do you think, dude?
I was like, man, Tommy, it's just time, Tommy. I couldn't do it. Yeah. He did not look good. I love Tommy Dreamer. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I've
got a lot of respect for Tommy.
Yeah, but it's time. It's time, man. He just looked too slow. His moves didn't have any oomph behind him, and it's just like, God, in the main event here, it's like this just, I mean, RVD, of course, he's older. He's lost a little bit of a step, but he still goes, he still goes. Imagine a little bit shorter now, but Tommy, I think this wasn't the time. This was a sign to me that I was like, all right, we can't do this again,
Yeah. So, well, and he said this is going to be the last time that he wrestles RVD. So yeah, I mean that's a sign. And I've heard him say on this podcast plenty of times he doesn't know how many matches he really has left in, because the man is miserable. He really is, and I feel so bad for him. But it's like he'll let us know when that time comes a knocking. So, but a slow but okay match between these two. I don't want to act like I'm shitting on them, because I love them both. But yeah, it was slow and it was okay,
Yeah, it was a nostalgic match. That's all it was. It was just meant to be pop the crowd. Say yes. Like, look, I can always say I saw Tommy and RVD in the ECW arena now.
Yeah, there you go, man.
Albeit
that in its all its authenticity is actually pretty damn cool.
I mean, albeit 23 years late, but hey, I saw
it. It is what it is. But this match was not over, because the North, they come back with Moose in tow and attack both Dreamer and Rob Van Dam. And then somebody forgot to pay the electric bill.
Yeah.
The lights go out, and who shows up?
Sabu, baby. Dude, if you watch me in the front row, I'm losing my mind, because I love Sabu. I'm a Sabu mark from 1995. First time I ever heard him was 95, and I've been a mark since. And I'm like, I got to see the lights out spot in the ECW arena. I'm good. And just seeing Sabu in all his glory, and he looked good. Looked good in terms of performance. He went out and you got this match coming up next week, dude. There's some good stuff. Sabu is really putting it out there now, I gotta say.
Yeah, sometimes the guy just, I don't know. I still respect him for his stuff, but man, when he opens his mouth on social media, I mean, he's had a couple Twitters get taken away from him recently.
Yeah, he just started a new one.
We'll see how long that one lasts.
Yeah.
Because they didn't, Impact didn't even tag him. They don't even know. It's kind of
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And Sabu, no tag, but whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, Sabu shows up with the genie with the light
Super
blonde
Genie.
hair in tow. Super Genie. Okay, I wasn't sure what. Yeah,
Mrs. Sabu, basically, is what is who she is.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's his wife. Yeah.
Yeah, in tow, and he does the pose, and they're beaten, but they're not done. They're coming back next week. They're gonna fight the North and Moose, and you saw it, so don't give any spoilers, of course, but positive,
Very.
awesome. Okay,
100%.
that's good.
That's all. I'll tell you that. Not non-biased. Non-biased at all.
Okay,
Great match.
that's good to hear. That's good
Great match. Watch it with fun on your mind and nostalgia in your heart. It is great. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you won't be disappointed.
I trust you. Selfie King, thanks for the compliment on the action figures. Honestly, and I saw your other comment about not you stopped watching Impact after AJ Styles left. You know what? I'll be honest with you. If there's a time to give it a chance again, it's not even remotely the same company anymore. It's a whole new breed. There's no originals left except for like Petey Williams once in a while.
Yeah.
It does have an ECW vibe, even if they're not in Philly. And it's a great time. It's a great company, slowly growing out of the ashes of a bad TNA from years ago.
Yeah.
Give it a chance, man. I'm serious. I'm not just sitting there, I love Impact and nothing else. No, I mean, look at my channel. I talk WWE, I talk Impact, I talk MLW, I talk AEW. I feel fortunate, I'm not going to sit here and brag, but I like a lot of different shit, and I think it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. So
Chris Steele's asking if either one of us is going to Slammiversary. I'm going to try, man. I've been to 2 Slammiversaries. I'd like to try for this one.
I've never been to Texas, but I hope to get down there someday. And ride the bullet, Gillies. No, I'm not going. I'm not going, but I will be watching. They always put on a good show, especially coming out that time of year. And with there's a buzz going on right now. I don't know if you felt it this week, man, but stuff is happening in the wrestling industry abroad.
Yeah,
it's an exciting time, and I got a feeling we're gonna see a certain face show up. Maybe somewhere in the next tapings somewhere soon.
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
If
I don't even know what you're referring to, so I'll be surprised. I'll take it.
It's the 3 letters. He's right behind me.
Okay.
Formerly known as Dean Ambrose.
Oh yeah. You think he's a show up at an Impact taping?
I look at it this way. If he's in AEW, we're a week away from him showing up in New Japan. He's already booked indie dates on the East Coast. Where's Impact going?
They're going to the East Coast.
Going to the East Coast.
And it's AEW seems flexible because, like, for example, until the show starts in October, we still got a couple of AEW talents that AEW that I work for still has access to.
Yeah.
That we'll still be working with until then, so we have some leverage here, obviously whatever shows they do, they get first priority, but you never know. You don't know. I think you're right. Right now they're looking at like, hey, go work anywhere. Keep your ring rust off, be ready for October.
With all the new faces showing up in Milwaukee on Saturday for MLW, there is a whole new slew of brand new talent debuting in MLW
Really?
at Fury Road. The Von Erichs are going to be there. Austin
Trent.
Aries is coming back. Some guy, Albert Brooks, is facing someone from, I think he's from Australia. Don't quote me on that.
Oh, yeah, that's that kid from Australia. His name is Adam Brooks.
Anna Brooks, thank you.
Yeah, we had him in AEW. We just had him last couple shows, and he fought. He took on David Starr on the one, and he took on Josh Alexander, Impact's Josh Alexander, on the last show. He's good.
But this show, I mean, Hammerstone is fighting Brian Pillman Jr. for a brand new championship.
Nice.
In Milwaukee, and good old Manser's fighting the king of OVE, Sammy Callahan.
They're good together. I saw them have a match in LaSalle, Illinois. We ran them for AAW, and they got chemistry for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, that's some good talent, man. Austin Aries back home in Milwaukee.
Hell yeah.
Hometown.
I think if I'm trying not to like super hype myself up. I mean, it's going to be a great show as is, but man, if Mox shows up in Milwaukee during this Mance Callahan match, there might be a small nuclear explosion near my house. That's all I'm going to say.
Real quick, the W says, no chance in hell he shows up. But if he does, I'll buy 5 Smash This Podcast t-shirts. So, Mox, if you're listening, give Don Callis a call, get on Impact, and then J-Bone can make a cool $100 off of this deal.
Mox call Kurt Bauer.
Yeah.
Kurt Bauer's talking to a lot of people. They just signed Flamita.
Yeah,
that's another one that's debuting in Milwaukee.
Flamita's good too, man.
Ray Horus. Is it Horus or Horace?
Horus.
Horace.
Horace. Yeah.
Roll it a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I picked him up from the airport once in a car. I think I might have told you the story. It was like AAW. We had Ray Horace, Ray Phoenix, Matt Riddle, and Josh Alexander. I had them all in one car.
Story.
They were all in the same car. What a combination! What a combination! It's a great story. I'll tell it again sometime for anybody who wants to know.
We'll save it. I'll bring you back and I'll let you tell it again.
We will. We'll do that for sure.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much, Trent, for joining me. We got to get out of here because I got to leave here in about 5 minutos.
That's right.
And life happens. So, but thank you, everyone. Wow, we had a nice little crowd here watching. The chat was blowing up. Got some new faces in here as well. If you haven't smashed that like button, by all means, smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications so that you know when more of my content hits your screen. We'll be back tomorrow night for reviewing that new series that's on Viceland called The Wrestlers.
Oh, nice.
Should be another one. That's episode number 2 coming out tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
And it's another Grand Slam series from Viceland, all about the indie scene of wrestling. So
very cool. Vice killed it, man. Vice is doing good.
They're doing great. These came out of nowhere. I'm really enjoying them between the classic series of Dark Side of the Ring and now this.
So good. Yeah. I'm hoping for another season, for season 2 at Dark Side of the Ring for sure. But
I do too. And if you want to see it, hit up Viceland. That's who you got to do. Hit them up on social media. Tell them you want season 2.
Yeah. But yeah, J-Bone, thanks for having me, man. If you don't mind, I'll throw some plugs down before we get out of here. Let people know where they can find me.
Yes, absolutely. Plug away, dude.
All right, man. You can connect with me on Twitter and Instagram at Vanilla Joke. That's how it sounds. Vanilla Joke, all one word. You can listen to me on Total Nonstop Impact, which is the weekly Impact Wrestling review show. Pretty similar to what J-Bone and I just did. And J-Bone's a very frequent co-host because my co-host is a goddamn scumbag, and I can't find him. So J-Bone's basically taking his spot every time I can't get him. So thank you for that, J-Bone. But you can connect with us. Look up Total Nonstop Impact. We're featured on the Impact Lounge on YouTube. And if you type in We Talk Impact on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, comes right up. take a listen. iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, all that stuff. Connect with us there, guys. We appreciate all the listeners. A lot of the same listeners are here tonight on this chat. So, guys, you know how much I love you. I read all the comments. You guys are fantastic. Yeah. So we'll be getting our episode out tomorrow. Probably be a solo. For all I know, what the hell? I got after we get off this call, Jay, but I gotta figure out if I'm doing a solo review or I got a scumbag co-host who's actually gonna call me back.
Oh no! Oh jeez.
But thanks for having me, man. It was always a blast. It's always a pleasure hanging out with you.
Oh yeah, I mean you were there, so I wanted to get you at least in for a couple of these Philly shows. So
I'm glad.
So
I'm glad, bud.
Selfie King, all my social media is in the description, way at the bottom. You can hit me up on Instagram, Twitter. I'm on there probably most of all. So
cool.
So go check that out. Hit me up on social media, and I chat with a lot of my viewers, and I appreciate the attention. I got some great followers over the last few years that always brighten my day. Seriously,
you're doing great, J-Bone. You're doing great.
Just trying to build a brand and sell a few tees.
Buy a t-shirt, man. Everybody buy a damn t-shirt. J-Bone's got bills. Buy a t-shirt.
Hell yeah, man. Everything goes straight to me.
Yeah.
No, I shouldn't say everything, T-shirt companies got to make their money too. So,
there you go.
All right, we'll get out of here. Thanks again, Trent. Much love, dude. We will talk to you soon.
Absolutely, man.
I heard a AAW might be coming up to Milwaukee soon. I heard about that.
July, we'll be there. July. God damn, I should know the exact. I think July 14th. I should know this. I work for the goddamn company. 16? July 12th, Friday night. We'll be at Turner Hall Ballroom, man. You got to come out to that, J-Bone. Your tickets on me for that one. Come on out.
I'll be there. Hell yeah.
You're coming in. You're coming into that one. But we'll be in Milwaukee, man. We're bringing the Lucha Brothers to Milwaukee. First time in Milwaukee.
Stoked for that.
We'll be there, man. Check us out. I'm going to Austin, Texas in 2 days for AEW, and then back here for June, and Milwaukee in July, man. We're all over the place. We're cool.
Come say hi, Mrs. J-Bone.
Is that her first podcast appearance?
No, she pokes her head in every great once in a while.
Nice.
That's Trent from the Total Nonstop Impact Podcast.
In Chicago.
Awesome.
In
Nice.
Chi-Town.
Neighbors.
Chi-Town.
Yes.
Oh,
just south of the border.
Yep.
Yeah.
The state we love to hate.
Yeah, come on. We're basically neighbors.
It's all love. It's all love between the Brewers and the Cubs and the Bears and the Packers and all that stuff.
That's right.
It's a beautiful relationship. It's the biggest in the world, honestly. Can't beat it. No one
doubt.
can beat it. So, all right, we're getting out of here. I gotta fly. Shoot
all right,
a text to the stepdaughter. We'll talk to you very soon about that show coming up. I can't wait to hit that up, and we'll see all you folks tomorrow night. Much love. Take care.
See you, man.